Okay, so anyone, if I'm playing games, I am not playing games tonight. This is totally different. So before I start my non-game live stream, so far I'm gonna say this. So across Canada, States, Europe, Asia, Africa, Australia, New Zealand, Vancouver Island, subscribe. If you subscribe, also push the bell, push all to watch my videos, give it a like, push the notification bell. Let's start. Okay, so I'm not playing games tonight. It's mostly my schedule for this Sunday for the original 4 and the original 6. They should take too long. So starting with the original 4. Let's start. Okay, so in the glory days, in the late 1800s to the 1900s to the 20s. But let's go as far as going earlier than the 20s, before the original 6. So the original 4 were these teams. So we have right here Canucks, Pittsburgh. They were in 1907. Oh, what the hell? Oh, cancel. Oh, there we go. Got it. Okay, so starting in the beginning. Not those guys yet. Not those guys. Not this. Okay, number 1. We're actually down. Let's keep on going. Right here, auto settlers. They started in 1889. They were the first original 4 team that played. These got the Ottawa Hockey Club back then. And now back to the Montreal Canadiens. This one here, also another original 4, the Montreal Canadiens. They started in 1909, and then it was, I should go, oh, slow it down. I don't want to make it too fast for you guys. Okay, so the Canucks. Back in 1911 through 1926, I believe, they used to be called the Vancouver Millionaires. They were in the PCHA. That means Pacific Coast Hockey Association. Back in those early days. So that's one of them, Vancouver Millionaires / Vancouver Canucks. And then you got, I should go further. You got the Kraken here, but here's some history here's some history on the Kraken here. So I know this is not the original 4 Seattle Metropolitans, but this is the Kraken. But between the difference between the Kraken and the Metropolitans. So the Metropolitans, they actually started back in 1915 to 1927, 26-ish, around there, somewhere around that time period. It's called the Seattle Kraken, the Seattle Metropolitans. Here's some American history. So, Seattle Metropolitans were the first American team to win a Stanley Cup. I'm not sure, I think it was like back in 1916 when they won the cup. First American team that won a cup was the Seattle Metropolitans. And when the NHL expanded the expansion draft since this year in the summertime, they announced that Seattle was getting their hockey back, and they were called the Seattle Kraken. With the Seattle Kraken, when they started the inaugural season, when the Canucks beat the Kraken on their inaugural season, that they won over the Kraken. And then it was the let me think. Yeah, the Kraken, aka Metropolitans, that they were. I don't want to repeat myself. They were a good team back then. So when the NHL had their expansion draft this last couple months during summertime, during our heat dome discussing whether we had. Yeah, I'm gonna get a drink here. My voice is already going already. Too much talking. So I was saying that Kraken, aka Metropolitans, were a good team. Hey guys, I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. So I was just saying, the Metropolitans were part of the original four. And then go to the Toronto Maple Leafs. Okay, here's the thing about the Toronto Maple Leafs. Back in 1913, I believe, somewhere in the 1910s, they were a good. They used to be called the Toronto Club. Let's say the Toronto Hockey Club. Back in the early days, before they got into the original six. So the Toronto used to be called the Toronto Blue Shirts. Toronto Blue Shirts. So yeah, so the Toronto Blue Shirts started in 1913, and then when the expansion draft happened in the 20s, the Toronto Maple Leafs were part of the original six. There's a lot of history on these teams back in the early days with originals. Let's continue. Canucks already mentioned already. So the original four matchups this Sunday, it's gonna be against all the Senators. One of four of the original four matchups from my live streams starting this Sunday. You guys are gonna love it. It's gonna be old school hockey. Well, back in those days, there weren't as much fights going on, but now they are, because they're rivals. Some of them hatred. Now for the original 6. I didn't go too fast. Okay, starting with the original 6. With the original 6, there were 6 teams in the 20s. Mid-20s ish, somewhere around there. But here's the thing about the original 6. There were 6 teams in those days. The Boston Bruins, the Detroit Red Wings, Chicago Blackhawks, Toronto Maple Leafs, and also the Toronto. Actually, I think I mentioned that already. The New York Rangers were the original 6. Let's start. So, with Boston Bruins, there were original 6. They started in 1926. They're good players back then. Like Bobby Orr and other greats. Canucks weren't like huge rivals against the huge Bruins back in the early days. But we used to play them a lot in the 70s. Let's continue. Okay, for the hated Blackhawks. The hated Blackhawks started in 1924, 1925-ish. Around the time period during the 20s. That they were a good team back then. They got Stan Mikita, rest in peace. Stan Mikita, other greats with the hated Blackhawks. And with their logo of the Native Indian with feathers by its head and colorful Indian colors, the colorful Native Indian colors. They were a good team back then with the original 6. They won tons of cups. Well, back then when they started, they didn't want as much. And then they really won a lot of cups. I forgot to mention about the Montreal Canadiens. They have the most Stanley Cups in the whole entire league in the NHL. Of all 23 cups. If Montreal beaten Tampa Bay Lightning this past summer, that's already December already, but a few months back, if Montreal won that finals, that'd be the 24th cup in their franchise history since it started in the early 1900s. But yeah, that's the spiel on that. And now it's the other team sticking with the hated Blackhawks. Good team. Let's continue. So now it's the Detroit Red Wings. Detroit Red Wings were a good team. Well, of course, Gordie Howe. Where's the piece, Gordie Howe? Gordie Howe was an infamous player with Detroit Red Wings. Like, the greatest player ever in franchise history of Detroit Red Wings. They won tons of cups, too, with them. Tons of good players, Russians, the Finnish, Swedish, and then but the Czechs. The Igor Lonov, former Canuck, but mostly in Detroit. Let's continue. Also original 6, part of original 4. Now for the Haiti Rangers. The Haiti Rangers started in the 20s, maybe late 20s. Late 20s they started. They were called the New York Americans. The New York Americans. And then when they revamped their logo to the New York Rangers, they're a good team back in the 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s with the other original 6 teams. And they're a good team back then. The 94 Stanley Cup final between us and the Haiti Rangers. Game 1 and 2 and 3, the Canucks were good. With Pelva Berry was really good. Trevor Linden was good too during that series in 94. And of course we lost it, and all the fans rioted in Vancouver. All the riots in 94. Let's continue. The settlers always mentioned already with the original 4. Staying with the Maple Leafs, original 6 / original 4. The Toronto Maple Leafs is one goal they haven't achieved in over 50 years to win a cup. They ever won a cup back in 1967. That was the last time they won a cup. Back in the glory days of the Maple Leafs at the Maple Leaf Gardens, like, they had the greatest players ever. The greatest players ever. You got Tim Horn, other greats. They won like at least 13 cups. And then we beat them in 94. Going to the finals against the Haiti Rangers. And then after that, Toronto, no offense to the Toronto fans, but they're shit. Like, they're crap. In the 2000s. But when they got Austin Matthews, couple of playoff series, won a series against the Boston Bruins. The Haiti Bruins destroyed the Maple Leafs. But yeah, so yeah. And with that, so that's it for the original 4 and the original 6. The other part with the WHA days in the 70s. But I'm gonna stick with the original 4 and the original 6. It's much more old school than ever. With the original 4 and 6. The WHA days were the Atlanta Flames, the Edmonton Oilers, the original Winnipeg Jets, the Kansas City Scouts. You didn't know that, but Kansas City did had a hockey club back then. So yeah. So that's it for the video on the original the original 4/6. And I don't see anyone coming up for my live stream, but they'll see it when I'm done with it. So for now, that is all for the video on the original 4 and 6 on this live stream. So this Sunday we'll start doing the Ottawa Senators on the play now mode on this game. Before I go, my final thoughts. all across Canada, States, Europe, Asia, Africa, Australia, New Zealand, Vancouver Island. Subscribe if you're new. Subscribe, push the bell, push all to watch my videos. Give it a like, nice comment, smash that like button, and also push the notification bell. Enjoy my video when this is finished. For now, peace out. Bye everyone. I'll see you guys Sunday for the live streaming. But for tomorrow, I got my food review that I'm doing tomorrow. And my part 2 on Brazil, on Fred. But for now, I'm gonna end it. Peace out. Bye bye.